With Thanksgiving next week, all morning long, we've been stressing the importance of preparing your turkeys properly. And KOAM's Yana Tula joins us live to learn about safety while cooking. She's got the Pittsburgh Fire Chief with her. And earlier this morning, they had a demonstration about what happens when you don't prepare your turkey before you fry it.
Thank you, Tanya, and good morning, everyone. We're live here in Pittsburgh at the Fire Station 1. I'm here with the new Fire Chief, Taylor Cerny. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for being here.
So we just earlier blew up a turkey here. What are the main points that you need to remember when you are preparing your turkey for Thanksgiving? What would you say?
From a fire safety standpoint, the biggest thing is planning. Plan ahead. Be sure and have your bird thawed out completely before you plan to cook it. Give yourself plenty of time to heat your oil up slowly and correctly, and make sure it's at the right temperature, not too hot. And then lower your bird in slowly. As far as placement, you're going to want to be outside with no overhead obstructions, no tree limbs, no awnings, not in the garage, and that's just for safety standpoint, in case something does go wrong. But you want to have it out in an open area. Concrete is obviously the best place, but a trimmed yard out in the grass is okay as well.
Yeah, and how we saw that the turkey blow up earlier. How much room should you have above all this, just to be sure that it doesn't, if something happens, for the safety?
You want the sky above it. You don't want any kind of roof. Tree branches this time of year, the leaves are dead, they will burn readily. But yeah, you want to be out in an open area with nothing overhead.
So even if it is cold, you still should avoid any trees or anything in that same area.
Oh, absolutely. A Carhartt coat does wonders to keep you warm coming outside. And coming out and checking on it, and then going back to your garage or inside is okay, as long as you're not just leaving it completely unattended.
Have you, during your years here, gotten any calls about explosions with the turkeys happening when someone tried to cook it when it was still frozen?
Oh, we have. We've done garage fires where they were inside the garage. We've had them on the front awnings on porches. Those are probably the main two places because people want to be close. They want to be comfortable and inside. But those are the main places where we've had the fires at.
Yeah, and how quickly does it spread then? Like if this explosion happens, how quickly does it spread if it is very close to the house? What would you estimate?
A lot of that depends on the building materials of the house or inside the garage. Vinyl siding obviously will go up a lot quicker than say a concrete sided house or a brick house.
Oh yes, yeah. What other tips do you have for people just staying out safe during Thanksgiving?
Make sure that your bird is outside, is clear, and just plan for it. Ensure that you've thawed out your bird in plenty of time, that it's completely thawed, ready to go. You don't want a frozen bird going into hot oil.
Okay, yes. I'm not sure if they already showed the replay of the blow up that we just had earlier, but if they didn't, they will probably do that. And yes, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for doing this blow up demonstration with us.
Absolutely, and thank you for doing this to make sure that everybody is aware and knows how to do it the right way.
Oh yes, for sure. Thank you, and we're live here in Pittsburgh. I'm Yana Hautala with KOAM News.
Yana, I do have a couple of questions for you. You may need to relay them to Chief Cerny for me. One, of course, if you do have an explosion or a fire in your turkey fryer that has oil in it, or you're cooking with oil on your stove, what's the best way to put it out if that does happen? And also, the second part of that question is, obviously you have gas, live gas running to this from your propane there. So when's a safe time to get in and turn that off?
Yeah, so Tanya asked, if you do have a fire with a pot, how do you protect that? Do you put the lid on? How does that happen, all that?
Okay, the best thing you can do is not put water on a hot oil or grease fire. Make sure that the lid for your pot is there readily accessible, and if the fire dies down, you're able to slide the lid over the top and that will help to smother the fire out so that you can start shutting the fire off and removing the pot.
And how quickly should you act once you see the flames coming out? How quickly do you need to be very quick or wait, or how does that go?
The initial fire will go up and then die back down a little bit. When it does die back down, if it hasn't spread to the side of your house or in your garage, hopefully, then let it die down. And then again, like I was said before, you want to come in from the side as opposed to coming over the top, just to kind of hopefully not burn your arm in the process of doing that. If you are next to your house by chance, a quick call to 911, getting the guys out there is not a bad thing. We don't charge to come out. We can come out, check it out, and make sure that it hasn't spread. It happens. It's not. Don't be too embarrassed about it. They're going to come out. They're going to make sure it's all good, and you can go on with Thanksgiving.
So it's better to be safe, and if you do feel like you may need to call, just do it instead of waiting and thinking it's okay and then something happens.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Tanya, do you have any other questions?
Nope, I think you've answered them. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay, thank you.
I'm excited to see how this good turkey turned out too. So we'll have Chef Anthony back here in a few
Yes.
minutes, and we will see how the properly thawed turkey that was prepped turns out. Thank you so much. When we return, we're going to learn about champion trees.